All right. So I've got my equipment set out in an organized manner, and I'm prepared. I'm ready to begin. You can go ahead and hand in your paperwork if you like, or wait 24 hours. And I've already obtained her distant and near vision with the Snellen chart and the Rosenbaum chart, and it was 20/40, both eyes with each test. And that checks cranial nerve 2, which is optic. So I'm going to go ahead and state that. So you guys will need to say cranial nerve 2 optic when you do it. It'll just help you remember them. And I've already obtained her anthropometric measurements, her vital signs, her height and weight, her BMI, skin fold, tricep skin fold, etc. I've already got that too, and you don't have to tell us what they were, okay? Because otherwise we'll take way longer than 30 minutes. And I've washed my hands. My name's Julie Watkins. I'm a family nurse practitioner. I'm going to perform your exam today. And I made eye contact with her. Right? And also, she looked at me. She smiled at me. So I already know that cranial nerve 7, which is facial nerve, is intact. Okay. But if I were you, I would integrate the cranial nerves into your physical. I wouldn't try to do all 12, and then get it over with, and then do everything else. I would follow the flow of the flow sheet. Just experience has shown me that if you try to just do 1 through 12, all of a sudden, most folks forget. But you can do it that way as long as you've got it memorized really well, the way you want to do it. So then I make my general observations. This is like the first one. She's a pleasant affect, no body odor. She's dressed appropriately. She's pleasant, friendly, smiling. When I obtained her history, she was articulate. Her speech quality, she spoke in a moderate tone. She responded to my questions appropriately. I'm not sure if I was on here. I performed the MMSE. The score was 30. Let's see what else is on there. Yeah, it's on there. So you want to state the MMSE, the score you got on your partner. And if I wanted to go ahead and check her abstract reasoning, I could say, what does it mean that every cloud has a silver lining? And that checks her abstract reasoning. I could also check her recent and remote memory. What did you do last weekend?
Study.
Or that would be a given for all y'all, so we have to think of something else. Or where did you live 10 years ago would help her remote. Or if she's an elderly gentleman, I might say, what type of car was your first car? Because most guys remember that. If that's appropriate for them. They may live in an area that they don't have cars. And to check her judgment, I could say, what would you do if you heard a siren behind you when you were driving? You looked in the mirror and you saw a police car. What would you do? Drive faster. So I would worry a little bit about that answer. But that checks her judgment. And her nutritional status, she's well nourished, and she's not overweight. She's not underweight. And her posture is erect. She's oriented to person, place, and time. All right. So now we're going to start with the face. And some of the things that you did the first time are incorporated into this one, but that's okay. So, GMJ. There's no popping that hurt when you do that. And I'm going to check the temporal pulses. And then I'm going to check cranial nerve 7 for the face. Cranial nerve 7 is a facial nerve. So I saw her smile again. Close your eyes real tight. Don't let me open them up. Okay, puff out your cheeks. Okay, brown. Okay. All right. And I'm not going to check the taste on the taste test on the tongue, but that is part of cranial nerve 7, which is the sensory portion. That was the motor portion. And when I had her clench your teeth, clench real tight, right? Okay, that was cranial nerve 5, which is trigeminal, and I was checking her motor function of her trigeminal with the master muscles. So now I'm going to check her sensory perception of cranial nerve 5, which is trigeminal, which is sharp and dull sensation and light. All right, let's see. We'll have to get you another. You can, if you wanted, you could use a tongue blade. Does anybody have a swab in there? I can use for sharpened dull. Metal cotton swab in the nail kit. Oh, no, I mean a Q-tip. Can you pass it up here for me? Thank you. So this is dull, and this is sharp. But first I'm going to just touch you with this cotton swab, and I want you to say now when you feel me touch. Okay. Close your eyes for me.
Now.
And that check sensory portion of trigeminal for light, or this is soft touch. I'm going to go ahead and do the rest of your body since I have this with me. So I'm checking her sensory perception. And close your eyes again. And just say now.
Now.
And wherever you touch, you want to do the opposite side. You can trick them and not do it exactly, one right after the other. But your eyes, if you're going to do one place, go to the other side. I think I forgot where I touched. So that was like, now I'm going to do sharp and dull, so keep your eyes.
Sharp.
It's a little bit difficult.
Sharp.
Give everybody laughs. It must be dull.
Sharp. Dull. Sharp. Dull.
And it'll get harder on the legs because they're not as perceptive, as the rest of the body.
Sharp. Dull. Dull. Sharp.
Okay. So as I do that, I'm going to put these back in my box, so I know I've already done it. I'm not going to forget it. And so now I'm going to go to the eye, and the eye is cranial nerve 2, which is optic. And so I'm going to do, first of all, just look straight ahead. Cranial nerve 3 controls the constriction of the pupils. So I'm going to do direct. Consensual, although yours don't constrict very much. Very little. Okay. So that's oculomotor. Also, I'm going to, for cranial nerve 3, I'm also going to check the 6 cardinal fields of gaze, which is 3, 4, and 6, which is oculomotor, abducens, and trochlear. Okay, so just follow this. Don't move your head. And remember, don't go too far out and don't go too fast, or you'll induce nystagmus. I'm actually checking cranial nerve 2 also because she has to be able to see this thing to do it. But I'm also checking all the muscles around her eyes.
Can you take less and do that?
Let me see. So good. I always go back to the center when I do it. And just don't go too far. I can't tell how far I'm going because I'm standing beside her. That. And you can do this, just follow it and she'll get cross-eyed. Her pupils will constrict, that's oculomotor also. And cover uncover test. This also checks your muscles, which is 3, 4, and 6. I'll switch sides in a minute, so I'm not going to go back to y'all. And there's no movement. And, okay, so now I forgot the confrontation test. And that's also cranial nerve. So remember, that's a peripheral fields test. Confrontation is the same thing as peripheral fields. So I kind of have to stand in front of her. Maybe I could stand to this side a little bit. But, okay, cover that eye. And I'm going to cover the same side. And I can see it all the time, but I'm going to check her. I'm going to check the temporal superior field of her left eye. I'm going to see it. And inferior. And the nasal. So she sees it about the same time I do. Of course, I can always see it when I come from this eye. So that was just her left eye. But that checks her optic nerve 2, cranial nerve 2. So next is her ear.